Hi all, welcome to Outlier Daily Report. My name is Mahesh. I'm co-founder of Outlier. So every day I go over what I'm seeing in the market, present you with my viewpoint. If I'm seeing any opportunities, if I'm seeing any red flags in the market, I share my opinion with you all. So those who don't know about Outlier, we have built a platform that monitors how investors react to changing market condition, news, price movements, and economy. And we present them with the data, which shows them how irrationally fearful or greedy these investors are and by how much. We all use this data to make better decisions, find better opportunities in the market. So, quickly, let me tell you a little story about before we started working on this project. I literally started trading back in 2012 time frame. I was just trading stocks at that point of time, and my style of trading was so bad. Like I would go to these chat rooms. I would listen to what other people are saying. I'll look at the company a little bit, of course, do some fundamental analysis. But the problem was I would always buy in the strength and sell in the weakness. And I couldn't put my finger on it why I'm losing money at that time. I mean, it was long time ago. Of course, I learned as I, traded, as I, made money, as I lost money, and I have lost a lot of money at the time. One thing I've realized, it's so hard, to kind of gauge when, you need to get into a stock, or if you're buying an option going long. So it is very hard. So there wasn't any data that was giving us that information. And back in the day, when Mark and I, my co-founder, we started working on this project, the whole idea was that how do we leverage investor behavior? First of all, how do we calculate that? It took us many years just to figure out one small piece of it. And we build this whole platform that provides you exactly how investors are reacting every day, right? So that you don't have to worry about making those mistakes that I have done, and I'm sure thousands of millions of other investors do every day. So let's get started. Hey Michael, thanks for joining. uh, so let's get started with what I'm seeing today. So I usually start my day by looking at futures. I look at VIX. I see that futures are like up, and VIX is down, negative. Like in my mind, that tells me that today's probably going to be a green day, right? The markets are probably going to be up, and if I see like futures are red, VIX if VIX is like green, so sorry about that. There was some internet issue today. So there are some these rule set that I have shared in our Discord channel. Those who have access to it, they can check some of these rules out. So I start my day from that. Looks like it's gonna be either flat or red day today. Most all across the board. When I look at the news right now, again, this is kind of my gut feeling. The wars that are going on right now are going to continue until December, or I would say little before January 20th. And once Trump comes on board, you will start seeing a lot of these ongoing wars, whether it's Ukraine war, whether it's Israel war. It's going to start slowly, or it's going to discontinue. And I'm glad it's going to happen, because right now it's crazy. And it not just impact the human lives, but also impact the economy all around the world. And I'm glad to see some of those things happening. Plus, I'm personally very looking forward for what Elon Musk and Vivek are gonna do, like how they're gonna cut all these unnecessary spending, that's out there. I was um talking with Mark yesterday, and I was telling him the story. Right now I live in California. I moved here few years ago from Texas. I spent a lot of my time there in Texas, and I was talking to one friend one day, and his business was, he was building software for jails. And one thing that he was telling me, that all of these expenses that these public institutions have, you can actually request. There's a process. I don't know the process, but you can request the receipts, uh, you know of these expenses, that what they buy, what they things like that, from them. And he used to request these things, and he was showing me that they have spent like 150K on just CDs, like these music CDs, like that these inmates listen to. Like, imagine paying $150,000 for just CDs, which may have cost nothing. So that is kind of the waste that I'm sure, hopefully, these guys are gonna look into it, get rid of, and hopefully, we will see a stronger economy going forward. So that's kind of my personal hope is. Let's look into what's happening in the business side. We had Disney earnings that came. Apparently, they did pretty well. When I look into auto sector, I was reading this thing a few days ago, that Trump is trying to cut all these government, whatever they are giving to users, some extra money, in to purchase these EVs, right? So if he takes away those back, you may think that it's against Elon. You may think that it's not in line, because Elon sells all electric vehicles, right? But I think it's the other way around. Those concessions are required, like for GM, for Ford, to make money on EVs, because they are not efficient. They can't make money if those concessions are not there. And I feel like the biggest beneficiary, personally, is going to be Tesla, because they have built this organization around these efficiencies, and they have the whole supply chain built in a way that they can live without these concessions that government give today to the end user. So this is just my personal thought on what I'm seeing in the auto sector right now. uh, SMCI looks like, once that Hindenburg report came out, I would say 2 3 months ago, the stock is in fall right now. It's below 20%, $20 right now. We will know. Right now, it's so risky. I mean, some people may think that, hey, it's good time to buy. I don't know whether they're gonna delist. If they delist, it's gonna probably go further down. Whether they're gonna do something about it, whether they're gonna hire another auditor to look into their finances. Maybe Nvidia will step in. I don't know if that will happen. All of those things are guesses. So personally, I won't even touch it. There may be a opportunity here, a big opportunity here, but who knows? I don't know. So some of these other companies that I'm seeing right now, Nvidia's earnings are coming out on, I believe, uh, in a week from now. So let's see how Nvidia does. A lot of people are betting that the stock is probably going to go up to $180, $200. We'll see. Of course, they are one of the leading company in the chip making side. So let's get into what I'm seeing in the outlier dashboard. So I usually start my day by looking at the market breadth. I want to know where the market breadth is. And if I'm going long, I don't want to get on the top. You know what I mean? Right now, we have two data points. One is bull list percent, and one is uptrend and downtrend data. I like to avoid to go long when it's reaching the stop and changing direction. Means here, if you see that um, I do this little thing called, see how number of stocks in uptrend and downtrend changes over a period of time. And in my mind, if more stocks are going in uptrend and less stocks are going in downtrend, that means overall sector, overall market is kind of going up. When it changes direction, that tells me something. When it changes direction, that tells me something, that it may be a start of that pullback. So I am seeing that right now. So there's a risk. There's a risk, not just for the overall market. If I select these other sectors as well, I am seeing it has reached, or it is reaching closer to 75%, and it is started to turn around. So in my mind, I may be looking at, next week, couple of weeks, we may be looking at some correction. So be careful right now. If you're holding on to position, just pay close attention to some of the rules that Chris shares, or if you have your exit strategy, make sure that you are not just taking that correction, taking that dive that's probably going to happen in coming week or so. That's my thought on overall market. I have pulled our new dashboard, which I'm loving it, by the way, because there's so many things I can see right there. Like if I pull S&P 500, I can see, whether the uptrend is indicator is on, where the oscillator is, where the heat map is. It's just going strong, by the way, so far. Where the market breadth is. So it is still going up, but I do see a risk. So it's always good to pay close attention to, especially times like these, right? When I look at the news, and by the way, we have news right now within the dashboard, so that you don't have to search for the news for that stock. So far, there's a positive news for S&P 500 I'm seeing, which is good. Um, and so that's so far so good, but be careful right now. As I said, market breadth is about to, change direction. So you may see some pullback. I don't know if it's gonna be big. It may be a smaller pullback, but at least that's what it is happening right now. I have pulled few other sectors, I believe. Let me see. Okay, so this is S&P 500. Let me see if I can pull technology. Let me pull financials. So this is tech sector I have pulled right here, right? And again, right now it's still an uptrend. I mean, there's our green overlay. It's saying that it's still an uptrend. The oscillator is moving up, so it may be going strong. But overall sector, when I look at overall sector, um, uh, based off of number of stocks, etc., it may be reaching closer to top. So that's where my thoughts are, that I need to be careful at this point of time for any sector. Uh, it's probably all across the board. If I pull like other sectors, right here, let's see, XLF. Let's see, number of stocks in bull and bear list. We have 23 new stocks in buy and 80 new stocks in sell. Few days ago, like I would say 3 4 5 days ago, it was like the count was like 90 plus stocks in bull list. There were like only few stocks in bear list. Like at that point of time, everything was, just moving up. Now it's kind of slowing down, as you can see how it's moving. And there will come a time that you will see less number of stocks in bull list and more number of stock in bear list. So that's what I'm talking about, that a correction may happen. I don't know how big the correction will be, but we'll see. So all across the board, I'm seeing the similar things, whether it's a financial sector. Like for financial sector, I can see that it's over 75%. When it goes over 75%, that's again, like if you have some holdings in the financial sector, just be careful about it, because you may see uh, a pullback in that sector. I won't open a new position in financial sector for sure if I'm going long. So that's kind of like my take on what I'm seeing in the dashboard today. If you have access, that's great. If you don't have access to our platform, we have a special right now for just 349 a year. You can go to our website and make that purchase, and lock in your prices. That's all for today, and I will see you all tomorrow. And thanks again for joining.